pause in fighting in Gaza is now scheduled to begin 7 a.m. Gaza time on Friday. According to the Qataris, who helped broker the deal, the first 13 hostages being held by Hamas will then be released Friday at 4 p.m. Gaza time. The pause between the Israelis and the U.S.-designated terrorist group Hamas is supposed to last 4 days, but Reuters correspondent Rachel Judah says that could be extended.
Israel has said the truce could last beyond the initial 4 days, as long as Hamas then frees at least 10 hostages per day. While a Palestinian source has said a second wave of releases could allow as many as 100 hostages to go free by the end of the month. Both sides have said they will go back to fighting once the truce is over.
Reuters correspondent Rachel Judah. The party of an anti-Islam, anti-migration politician is heading for a massive parliamentary election victory in the Netherlands. The results puts far-right lawmaker Geert Wilders in line to lead talks to form a new governing coalition and possibly become prime minister. It's one of the biggest political upsets in Dutch politics since World War II, and one that is bound to send shockwaves through Europe. With nearly all votes counted Thursday morning, Wilders' Party for Freedom is forecast to win 37 seats in the 150-seat lower house of parliament. Riot police have used batons and tear gas to halt tens of thousands of supporters of Nepal's former king who attempted to march to the center of the capital to demand the restoration of the monarchy. The protesters waving the national flag and chanting slogans supporting former king Gyandera gathered on the edge of Kathmandu and attempted to move toward the center of the city. Riot police blocked them, beating them with bamboo batons and firing tear gas and a water cannon. There were minor injuries on both sides. Nepal's monarchy was abolished in 2008. For additional stories 24 hours a day, visit voanews.com. This is VOA News. Catastrophic flooding has struck towns and communities in Somalia, wreaking havoc and leaving over 1.5 million people in need of help, according to humanitarian aid groups. AP correspondent Karen Shamus reports.
Residents of the central Somali town of Beledweyne waded and swam through the flooded streets, which had become more like flowing rivers. Hakima Mohammed Harid, a mother of 4, including one who's disabled, said she fled with her family to Beledweyne to escape battles between the extremist group Al-Shabaab and Somali government forces. All our belongings were washed away by the floods, so we escaped only with our lives. They're not alone. According to the humanitarian group Save the Children, the flooding has forced an estimated 250,000 people out of their homes. I'm Karen Shamas.
Authorities in several West African countries are trying to manage their huge diphtheria outbreaks. A top health official in Nigeria said Thursday that millions are being vaccinated to cover wide gaps in immunity against the disease. At least 573 people out of the 11,640 diagnosed with the disease in Nigeria have died since the current outbreak started in December 2022. Niger has reported the deaths of 37 people out of the 865 cases as of October, while Guinea has reported 58 deaths out of 497. A new report says the oil and gas sector will need a rapid and substantial overhaul for the world to avoid worsening weather events caused by climate change. AP correspondent Donna Warder reports.
The International Energy Agency says the current investment of $800 billion a year in the oil and gas sector would need to be cut in half, and greenhouse emissions would need to fall by 60% to give the world a fighting chance to meet its climate goals. Greenhouse gases go up in the atmosphere and heat the planet, leading to extreme weather events. The report comes ahead of the United Nations Climate Conference, which begins next week in Dubai. Oil and gas companies, as well as other people and organizations connected to fossil fuels, often attend the meeting, drawing criticism from environmentalists and climate experts. But others say the sector needs to be at the table to discuss how to transition to cleaner energy. I'm Donna Warder.
Hungary is set to receive 900 million euros in European Union money, despite the Hungarian Prime Minister's attempts to scupper the bloc's support for Ukraine. The money is part of the bloc's Repower EU program aimed at helping the 27 EU member nations recover from the energy crisis that followed Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year and reduced their independence on Russian fossil fuels. Thursday's decision came as Orban threatens to derail Ukraine's ambition to join the bloc and to block the disbursement of a planned 50 billion euros in aid to Kyiv. EU member countries have now 4 weeks to greenlight the disbursement of the money.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.